Camcorder Cameron here. In honor of Halloween, I'm going to be watching The Exorcist for the very first time. If you know me, you know that I'm a horror fanatic, so it's actually very surprising to me that I've never seen this movie before. Why? I guess probably maybe because I thought it would be boring since it's so old. I didn't think it would be that scary. Also, I must admit, it makes me really squeamish whenever I see exorcism scenes in movies. It doesn't frighten me necessarily, it just like grosses me out with the whole body horror part. So I guess I avoid things that disgust me. So I'm gonna be disgusted for you guys today. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna unearth some curse. It's clearly where this is headed. Wow, that was pretty reckless. Breaking it off with your bare hands.
شيطان يحارب شيطان.
Spooky. I like that statue. So, he was a priest on an archaeological dig, looking for something. Did he find it? I don't know. Got raccoons in your attic.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. McNeil.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
She's rich.
Scene 39, hotel, take 4.
All right, hustle back around.
Ooh, she's an actress. That's why she's so rich. This theme song is very John Carpenter-esque.
Beautiful gray horse.
Really? What
Isn't
kind?
it pretty?
Beautiful. The mare, gelding? What?
I think it was a gelding.
Her daughter's a sweet horse girl.
Father, you help an old altar boy. I'm a Catholic.
Guess he wasn't feeling generous.
To Kanya's mama.
God damn me.
I love a man that's sweet to his mom.
Mama had to take you somewhere where you'd be safe, you wouldn't be alone.
This is my house, and I'm not going no place.
Hey, where'd this come from?
I found it.
Put the Ouija board down. I have a personal rule where I'm never going to touch a Ouija board ever in my life, and I would appreciate it if everybody else around me would do the same.
Here, I'll show you. Captain Howdy.
Ooh, is this how it starts? Of course it's how it starts.
Of course I like them. I like pizzas, too, but I'm not going to marry one.
Oh, I heard differently.
Oh, you do?
Ooh, she's a little gossip.
I want out of this job. It's wrong. It's no good. I think I've lost my faith, Tom.
Sounds like he's not very good at being a priest. I wouldn't be either, man. It's okay.
Can you believe this? He doesn't even call his daughter on her birthday, for Christ's sake. Maybe
Poor girl.
My bed was shaking.
Honey.
Your house is on a fault line. My bed was shaking. Mom didn't even ask a single question about that. She's barefoot and she's gonna step on a mousetrap.
Smells nice.
Oh, Carl.
Carl, are you living here?
Very sorry, but you see, no rats.
Shoot, he almost burned all her hair off. Why? Wait, but why did that happen though? It's like a gas pipe in the attic. I really love the way Catholic churches look. Oh no! Some scoundrel boys did that.
Listen, regular hospital not gonna put up with Adimi, understand? So we'll give her a shot and bring her here.
That's the last thing she wanted. Jeez. Definitely not a great place to rehabilitate.
Why you did this to me, Demi?
Exactly, get her out.
Mama, I'm gonna take you out of here, Mama. Couldn't you put us someplace else?
Who got the money for that, Dimi? You?
That's elder abuse. To put somebody in the mental hospital who doesn't need to be there.
I mean, who's the priest I keep seeing there?
Damien Karras. He had a pretty rough knock last night, poor guy. His mother passed away. She was living by herself, and I guess she was dead a couple of days before they found her.
Okay, so I'm learning things. That guy that's a priest, they all keep talking about how he could have been a psychiatrist because he's a psychiatric counselor for the church. He doesn't want to do it anymore because he doesn't really believe in God. But is his mom actually dead, or is that just the cover story because they're ashamed she's in the mental hospital? I'm confused about that. Wow, she looks like Cinderella right now.
Hey, I think we've got a guest.
You're gonna die up there.
Oh, poor thing. I can tell this movie's really gonna upset me.
She's been sick. She didn't know what she was saying.
Okay.
Upstairs.
He's gonna die up where?
It's just like the doctor said. It's nerves. You just take your pills and you'll be fine, really. Okay?
Time is very elusive in this movie. It passes and you don't really realize it until they're talking about the past. So I guess she's been having weird signs already. Her bed is shaking! Grab her!
I should have been there. I wasn't there. I should have been there.
There was nothing you could do.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a lot of guilt. So he took her out of the hospital, took her home whenever he shouldn't have, and it seems like that's what killed her, maybe? Ooh. I really enjoy a nightmare sequence. Oh, this is good.
I got on the bed. The whole bed was thumping and rising off the floor.
Oh, but you're just a hysterical woman. You don't know any better.
Problem with your daughter is not her bed. It's her brain.
Lesion in the temporal lobe.
Lesion.
It's a kind of seizure disorder.
Is that what they're calling demons these days?
Don't be alarmed. All we have to do is remove the scar.
So her daughter's gonna have brain surgery. Great. That is just horrifying.
Now you're gonna feel a little stick here. Don't move.
Are you freaking kidding me? Put her to sleep. I could not do that. What? That is so freaky. You guys, I'm not good with medical stuff. This is terrible. I would love to see a doctor watch this movie and explain to me what is going on. That can't be real.
Hook up.
Poor baby.
It's burning! It's burning!
Do something, doctor, please.
And so it begins. The things that I hate to see.
All right, let's see what to do.
Keep away!
Me! Me!
This is crazy. Especially because that's a real little girl acting. Ugh, that would make me sick.
What do you have, split personality or...
There haven't been more than 100 authentic cases of so-called split personality, Mrs. McNeil.
Well, it is the 70s. Didn't know a whole lot about mental health, I guess.
Pin down that lesion. It will involve another spinal.
Oh, Christ.
At what point do you call the priest? All these freaky machines.
I think it's time we started looking for a psychiatrist.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but we all know that she doesn't need a psychiatrist.
Suppose he heard.
Heard what?
Haven't heard.
What?
Burke's dead. He fell down from the top of the steps right outside.
His family's going through it.
Come forward. Are you the person inside of Reagan?
Ooh, it's getting scary. Feral girl.
The bottom of those steps leading to M Street with his head turned completely around.
Didn't happen in the fall?
Possible, however.
Unlikely.
Exactly.
It's interesting how they chose to not show us the Burke death scene. I guess it's to just make us suspicious on whether there was funny business involved or not, but I wanted to see it.
It starts with a conflict or a guilt, and it leads to the patient's delusions that his body has been invaded by some alien intelligence.
It's her dad's fault, is what you're saying.
Have you ever heard of exorcism?
It has worked, in fact, although not for the reasons they think. The victim's belief in possession.
Okay, they're taking the scientific route. I can appreciate that. Ooh, is that the blood still on the steps? Now, how did that end up there? It's the totem from the beginning.
That the deceased was killed and then pushed from your daughter's window. But nobody was in the room. Except your daughter, so how can this be?
Well, it was definitely her, but I am not jiving with this investigator. I'm not.
For my daughter, could you please give an autograph?
He's just buttering her up. I made her nervous. She didn't like him. She's thinking about the lifting car theory. Whoa.
Lick me! Lick me!
Demons always get so perverted. Whoa.
You know what she did?
That's fun.
Did he talk to you about my party?
He sure did.
About my daughter?
No, I didn't know you had one.
So you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
He didn't mention it.
Probably didn't think you'd want to come if you did.
How do you go about getting an exorcism?
Beg your pardon?
You know, possessed by a demon or something.
Come on, it's taking a lot of courage to ask this.
To get him into a time machine and get him back to the 16th century.
Dude, don't react like that. You're a priest. Have some sympathies, Mr. Science Man.
I need church approval, and that's rarely given.
I think it'll be given in this circumstance.
Just help her.
Just go see her. Can't you tell that this woman's desperate? God. Is it like this all the time? Surprised they're just not keeping her drugged at all times. Maybe the demon can go past the drugs now. I don't know.
Hello, Reagan.
Ew.
I'm Damien Karras.
And I'm the devil.
If you're the devil, why not make the straps disappear?
You wish you were the devil, dude.
Your mother's in here with his cars.
Then you must know my mother's maiden name.
You just got slimed. I guess she didn't know his mother's maiden name.
Look, I'm only against the possibility of doing your daughter more harm than good.
Nothing you could do could make it any worse.
Yeah, honestly.
I need evidence that the church would accept as signs of possession. Like her speaking in a language she's never known or studied.
That is freaky, though. I like to listen to a lot of scary stories and stuff. And it always gets me whenever they say the possessed person was speaking a language they never learned. But it's like, ooh, how do they do it?
You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that.
Did Reagan know a priest was coming over?
No.
Did you know my mother died recently?
Yes, I did. I'm very sorry.
Is Reagan aware of it?
Not at all. Why'd you ask?
It's not important. Good night.
Yes, it is important, dude. I hope Mom has some pills she can take to get some sleep.
He broke the bread, gave it to his disciples, and said,
Eat my body, and now drink my blood like wine.
For this is my body.
Yeah, I was not raised Catholic, but one of my childhood friends was Catholic, and so sometimes I would go to church with her on Sundays. And when I first heard the cracker, like, body of Christ, let's sip some juice and say it's his blood, I was seriously disturbed. It does sound like something straight out of a horror movie.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
You'd like that?
That is quotable. I want to know who let their little girl act in this movie.
Go te absolvo.
Ooh, there you go, speaking Latin.
What's that?
Holy water.
You keep it away.
Where's her father?
In Europe.
Have you told him what's happening?
No.
Well, I think you should.
He doesn't care.
It's tap water. Holy water's blessed. And that doesn't help support a case for possession.
Well, you could just lie and say it was holy water, dude.
What do you mean, English?
That's English in reverse. Listen.
Let her die.
Creepy. The backwards English is super, super scary. I didn't know that originated from this movie, but I remember it from Spy Kids. They did that.
Play it backwards. We're trapped. Loop is a madman. Help us. Save us.
Freaking scarred me for life. It was so scary. Also, call me slow, but I just realized or remembered that she told Burke, you're gonna die up there. And I said, where's up there? Up there is like on the 3rd floor where her bedroom was. And she's the one that killed him, so she knew he would die up there. That's not good. Ringworm. Help me. Oh, poor Reagan.
You're convinced that it's genuine?
I don't know.
Whatever happened to you losing your face? Did the demon make you believe again?
What about the exorcist? How about Lancaster Marin? I had notion he was over in Iraq. I think I...
Oh, the guy from the beginning. I was starting to wonder when he would tie back into all of this.
He's had experience.
I didn't know that.
10, 12 years ago, I think, in Africa. Heard it damn near killed him.
Yeah, and now you're trying to let him do that again? It's gonna kill him this time. This is from the movie poster, so this is quintessentially The Exorcist.
It's an honor to meet you, Father. Do you want to hear the background of the case first, Father?
Why?
He's like, let's just get it over with. It's not my first rodeo. The healing of her bruise is a good indicator about the passage of time. I like that attention to detail. You can tell it's almost fully healed now. Oh, don't let her get hold of one of those. We know what's gonna happen. So tell me this, if it's a real deal demon, like, why did it hate the tap water? Do demons not like tap water too?
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Holy Lord, Almighty Father, everlasting God, and Father...
Seems to be working.
To confront this
Ew, her tongue. That's the devil's tongue. So far, it's not been too disgusting, honestly. You know, as long as she doesn't contort her body too much, I think I can handle this.
who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ.
That doesn't seem to be doing much.
Do not despise my command because you know me to be a sinner.
So the totem that he found at the beginning is going to have to be whipped out in order for this to work. I'm calling it. Okay. I thought she had a sharp object. Vampire!
I'm tired.
Well, too bad. It's not over yet. Don't stay with her alone. She's gonna talk to him more about his mom.
You're not my mother! Don't listen. Damien.
Please. You have to be strong, Damien. I wonder if she dies, is the demon still in her and, like, able to control her body?
Our Father.
This is the end of his life now. Remember how I said he wasn't gonna survive this? So we didn't get to see him die either. Show me some death scenes. He can't do this alone. And now he's hitting a little girl.
Come into me! Take me! Take me!
Oh, thank God, he did take him. He's like, okay. Don't ask me 3 times. Come on, be stronger than this. If a little girl can deal with it, you can. She's scared to touch her. She's like, is that my baby?
Are you sorry for having offended God?
Who are you asking, the demon? Dang, those stairs are mega haunted now. 2 people have died, and a demon included.
I'm gonna miss you. Same here. Sure you won't change your mind?
Can you blame her?
She doesn't remember any of it.
That's good.
All done.
Okay.
She's still tore up. I wonder how long she was possessed. I wish they would tell us.
I thought you'd like to keep this.
It all ended so fast, suspiciously fast. We didn't see the demon have like a grand exit. The body he inhabited died, so where did the demon go? And what about the totem from the guy in the beginning? And the statue? Those are some creepy steps. Leaving me with so many questions. I really want to dive into like a behind the scenes, read more about the making of this movie, because I'm really curious if there's like more footage that was cut out just to keep it all mysterious, or if they intentionally had those like gaps in time. I mean, maybe it's just because it's the 70s and they were trying to get a theatrical release that they cut out a lot of violent scenes, like the death scenes, but it is very mysterious to me that we didn't really see anybody die until the very end. It was slower paced, but I wouldn't call it boring at all. And it really wasn't too disgusting either. A lot of green slime, which is very tolerable to me, but no creepy contorting. I think it's just age. Like, I'm sure this was so scary at the time. It is suspenseful for me, but everything just looks so, like, kooky and outdated. It's hard to read it as a real horror film now, but you can totally see the influence in literally every single paranormal horror movie out there. The whole Conjuring series would be nothing without this movie. It's really interesting, this movie's stance on religion and what it says about religion. This is just my first impression, so I don't have a clear-cut answer on what the movie is telling me about religion. It was very modern, I think, in its depiction of Catholicism in the modern times. Even though this is a 70s movie, it still holds up. Like, we don't have a super devoted priest. Like, we have a man who's questioning his faith, who is, like, battling, you know, serving God in the church versus serving, you know, his career and what he is passionate about. I really loved the priest's character. What's his name? Damien? I really loved his character and his journey.
I gave you some background on the different personalities Reagan has manifested. So far, I'd say there seem to be 3. She's convinced that
There's only one.
Religious horror is really, really a fun genre because it plays with what you believe in, and without believing in that religion, the whole horror of the demonic possession kind of vanishes, right?
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Tell me your experience of watching this if you watched it back in the day. I remember my mom, like, she forbid me from ever seeing this movie because she was more religious and she didn't believe in me having, you know, anything to do with the devil, like watching stuff about the devil. And she also would talk about seeing this movie whenever she was young. And it really freaked her out. So I think that's more of the reason why she forbid me from watching it. I'm happy to have seen it. I honestly am. I'm glad I haven't put it off any longer. Thanks for watching it with me, you guys. Horror movies are my favorite kind of movies to watch. So if you have any horror movies you would like me to watch, check out my Patreon. I take requests over there. You can specialty request that I watch something. My patrons also get to see full unedited reactions to movies. They get extra camcorder content. And it's just a great community and a great way to support me if you feel inclined to do so. Alright, well, it's getting late, so I'm going to call it a night. Camcorder Cameron signing out.